I'm here to welcome all of you to the first social business summit in the Philippines that also involves social entrepreneurs and innovators from different parts of the country. I'm here to welcome you to the Gawad Kalinga Enchanted Farm Village University, the University for Unlearning. We are here to be educated in caring. And the highest learning for us is learning how to love, how to care, how to build a kinder and a safer world together. And so we are amazed at this gathering of kindred spirits from different parts of the world. And we're here simply because we want to learn from one another. We want to start this journey together. We want to just bring out the best in others by giving the best of ourselves. And we're happy that we have top educators from here and all over the world. Because I've realized that I have received the best education, not from the top business school where I come from, but from the genius of the poor. There's a wealth of learning from the unschooled, the uneducated. And it is a continuing journey for me to be able to really bring the genius of the rich to unleash the genius of the poor. And I realize that this is the way to end poverty in our country. It is important for us who are rising now to see how we can achieve prosperity without leaving the poor behind. Because if we keep leaving them behind, it will not be sustainable. And so I'm just amazed that the country that invented luxury, the French, are also the biggest partner of Gawad Kalinga in now opening up Asia and the Philippines as the hub for social entrepreneurs. And I suppose charity cannot sustain development. Charity cannot end poverty. And I realized that you cannot end poverty by being poor yourself. So I realized that after building a platform for social justice, I should go for the children of the rich. And that's why I brought my rich friends from all over the world. Rich in terms of compassion, rich in terms of competence, rich in terms of courage, rich in terms of character. You cannot build a nation without sacrifice. I want people who will not give up. Because social business is the business of caring. Social business is here to see profit that will benefit the planet. Social business is here to seek solutions rather than complain about them. And so I work with the helpless for them to discover their power. There's so much to learn, and we want to learn it with you. And there's so much to build, and we want to build it with you. There's so much to hope, and we want to hope it with you. And we want to be family. And the next 4 days, don't expect brilliant speakers because they are. But expect, great human beings who are here because they want to share their dreams for this world.
It is about time that we start to look at things different. The rich cannot continue to be richer without paying attention to the greater number of people out there, Filipinos, who are fighting poverty. Through the 8 years that I have been involved in entrepreneurship, Go Negosyo comes out with books every year, 2 books. Our basic goal as a social entrep is basically to help mentor many of the micro and small entrepreneurs in this country. So we have to help many of our small and micro and small entrepreneurs move up in life, or else the poverty pyramid will always be the same. The rich will be as rich and even richer. Any negosyo or any business has to start with a good idea. The challenge really is that whether you are in a business that provides a social dimension or a mainstream business, the importance really is what is your business model? Is it sustainable? Will people really benefit from it? Is there a market for it? The economic boom is happening, but the disparity between the rich and the poor is getting wider. It is how much you want to move in life that you have the chance to become rich. And it is now the rich whose duty is to help the poor move up in life. We really just have to change the mindset of our people there who are exposed to poverty to think differently, that they are not destined to be poor. If we can link up with a social entrepreneur who can enable the community to provide the raw material, then it helps link up the corporate responsibility through a social innovation that each and every company can now adopt. Support the advocacy, because we really have to help the micro and small become like you one day. So hopefully, with the like mind of wanting to help the poor move up in life, definitely this country has a lot of places to go.
We're the hybrid network, hybrid in the sense of commercial approaches and social. Our mission is empowering communities, and we focus on rural communities. There's actually 25 million Filipinos with no electricity still in this day and age. And the way that we empower them is through solar energy. We fight poverty. Our mission is all off-grid villages. We want every single Filipino to have power. If we need to think about venture philanthropy, where we're much more aware about the metrics and how we do it. When we do it, it shouldn't be all giving. There should be some kind of revenue model, and you start moving towards social enterprise. What's helped me a lot is the notion of social business. It's no longer just the job of NGOs and of government to fix these problems. We need to do something about it. But there needs to be a lot of entrepreneurship, a lot of change making, where you just basically say, look, this is not acceptable, there is a better way, and I'll find a way to make that happen. The sense of the people working together, how we engage with each other, and with those communities that were the people we're trying to help, the problems we're trying to solve, needs to be rooted in human values. It's about uplifting homes and individuals in 70,000 sitios that have no electricity. It's about being able to use that to catalyze rural development so people don't have to end up in Manila in squatter areas. It's about empowering Filipinos so that they can reach their potential, their God-given potential, with a little bit. And together, we can help the Philippines achieve its rightful place in the League of Nations.
ADB as an institution has been a strong supporter in a number of areas, such as conditional cash transfers, but also I think as equally important, if not more important, is helping work with far-flung communities. And clearly, the private sector is going to play a critical role in providing employment opportunities and delivering basic social services to these communities and these people. And within the private sector, social enterprise has the potential to play a particularly important role given their focus and commitment to directly addressing social problems. We at the ADB are looking for a way to source materials for our cafeteria, looking at ways that we can support social enterprise and sustainable business is an important factor. It's looking at ways that we can change our own behavior in our own offices, in our own corporations, in our own daily life that will make a big difference and help support this sector going forward. Bilateral and international development agencies such as the ADB can also play a role. And over the last few years, ADB has supported the analysis of social enterprise and inclusive business in developing Asia, and has developed tools to assess the social impact of businesses, as well as brought together interested actors at workshops and seminars to share learning, ideas, and possibilities for collaboration. The explosion in interest in social enterprise in the Philippines makes it an ideal time to take more steps, to take stronger steps to boost the sector. Such growth must rely primarily on local ingenuity, on resources, and commitment to substantially reduce poverty and deprivation across the country. And I'm confident that the Philippines has what it takes to be a regional leader in this space and offer a bright example for others in the development of social enterprise and inclusive business.
What did Tony Miloto tell us? It's to get involved. It's not enough for you to be frustrated. You gotta do something about it. And that's, I guess, the GK model. It's that action part that makes a lot of sense to us. So sabi namin, maghanap kami ng problemang malaki talaga. Let's find a huge problem and let's try to fix it. You know, or we fail. Who cares, right? At least we try to do something. 85% of Metro Manila's pollution is vehicular, and 40% of the transport on the road is the jeepney. You've heard all the talk about, oh, let's fix this, let's fix that. And I guarantee you, 100% of the people you talk to who will tell you about fixing transport problems will say, let's build more roads. So you gotta do it another way. Zero emission vehicle. They're lighter to build, they're easier to build, they're easier on the road, they're cheaper than internal combustion engine vehicles, but they also have their flaws. So you gotta end up having to build the system for it. This is a system that has a tap-in, tap-out card fare system. The card is being built by a British company with a Swiss chip, with a Belgian operating system, software from Bulacan, and then the card readers done in Cebu. And instead of having individual jeeps just running wherever they want to, we dispatch them, control them, fleet manage them, and the drivers and the owners get paid based on the success of the route, not on the success of the vehicle. So we had this thing, we said, wow, we think we really have a solution. How the hell do we implement? That's the toughest thing, execution. Can we build a 60 kilometer per hour, 100 kilometer range, 5 hours for a full charge vehicle? And we think we solved Metro Manila's problems by doing it. A lithium-ion battery, grade A motors, grade A batteries, you know, the works. Kaya ba? At a price we could bring it down to the people. So what we've done is we said, let's make it 250,000 pesos for the vehicle. So that's what we did. You crowdfund it. So what we said is, I don't want to take out the drivers, I don't want to take out the operators, they have to be part of the system. We will make this all work, we'll make sure these people have their jobs, and we'll do it with no government subsidy. And this is our target, 4,000 of these things on the roads by the end of next year, 10,000 by the end of 2015, 25,000 by 2017. So when the Philippines hosts APEC, in 2015, we're targeting to have 10,000 of this on the road. So we help kickstart this thing, you help be part of it, but at the end of the day, the benefit has to go down to the people who need it the most.
Our people strategy is really working for everyone in society, and this is really how we approach our recruitment in human nature. For the GK workers, as you've seen, we provide employment to those who have been rejected by other companies, pay them enough to get decent quality of life. For the GK managers, it works for them as well because they have meaningful work. A lot of the people that we have used to be big shots, executives in multinationals, high-ranking positions in Asian markets, but then after all the stress, after all the sleepless nights, they always ask themselves, what for? I don't mind the stress, I don't mind the long hours, but I just need to know that I'm working for something great, I'm working for something good. And that's the type of people that we've been attracting, people who have the competence, the character, and the compassion to really grow and scale a business. For our managers, we try to recognize and reward them and allow them to stay in the country. And now, the synergy and then the bridging between these two groups, it's basically for the GK workers to have the opportunity to be trained for excellence, they're given life skills, we are able to educate them to get out of the poverty mentality. For our GK managers, it's a chance for them to build more empathy, more compassion, and to share their talents with those who have not been given the opportunity to receive the same education. We all have that great responsibility to contribute whatever it is that to the fullest of our ability and see the poor not as liabilities or burdens, like Mark said, but as assets, waiting to be unleashed. They are the biggest sleeping giant that the Philippines has. And that's what we're about, and that's what social business is about. Thank you.